Welcome back to Giggles and Gains, guys. I am solo again because this episode is all going to be about what I've been posting about this week, which is what I eat in a day. So I wanted to literally break down and give you like so much useful information that you can use in your day-to-day life to make your nutrition easier, more simple, and just easy to stick to, because that's the biggest problem with nutrition, isn't it? We just don't stick to it. So this week I've been posting on my Instagram and on my TikTok. If you don't follow me, you need to. It is at Katie_strength within. And I am talking about what I eat in a day. And I haven't done one of these for ages. And I'm always really like dubious about doing them because I think that what I eat is boring. And I've probably realized that people are a lot more interested than I thought in what I eat in a day. When I did the Instagram poll, I think about 60 people voted they wanted to see what I ate. So yeah, I've done that post and put it out there with all the information on it. So I'm going to talk through each of the individual meals, and then I'm going to talk through what I do in terms of why I keep it nice and simple, how I hit such high steps every single day, and my opinions on tracking, because in fact, I don't track my calories. So first and foremost, I'm going to fly through the meals. They are on my Instagram if you want to go and save them, but I basically have a non-training day and a training day breakfast. And the reason being is because my training day breakfast is more carb heavy, okay? So my training day breakfast is 100 grams of sourdough, 3 bacon medallions, 3 poached eggs. My non-training day breakfast is 250 grams of fudge, low-fat yogurt, 100 grams of blueberries, and 20 grams of almond butter and some whey protein. And the reason I have the higher carb breakfast is because obviously on a training day, carbs are our primary energy source. I want to make sure that I'm going into my session fueled. I want to feel full. I want to go into that session knowing that I've got energy to be able to burn. So when we're talking about meal number 2, for me, I literally have the same meal 2 and meal 4. All I do is rotate the protein sources. So it is basically either chicken, 5% beef mince. Sometimes I'll have a beef burger, chicken breast, salmon, prawns. And that's basically what I have on rotation, okay? And then I will have 200 grams of vegetables with each meal. So what that looks like for me is I prep my veg in a wok. I buy a big packet of stir fry veg. I put green beans in it. I put tender stem broccoli in it, mushrooms. And basically all I do is wok up like 2.5 days worth of veg with olive oil and salt. Sometimes I go crazy and add some honey and soy sauce. And then I have 125 grams of rice. And somebody actually messaged me and was like, is this packet rice? Influencers say you shouldn't be using packet rice. Fucking hell, hun. Like, I'm busy. I am so busy. I haven't got time to be boiling rice. All I want to do is basically, hang on, the dog wants to go out apparently. Got him out. Yeah, I haven't got time to be boiling rice. Like, I'm busy. So I basically use packet rice. And the reason that they say not to is because of obviously the toxins that are in plastics. But I am a glass Tupperware user. So yeah, let's make your life fucking easy, right? Let's just bang the rice in the microwave for 2 minutes and it's done. Meal number 3 for me, I get an afternoon sweet craving. Like, I want to eat all of the sweet things. So meal number 3 for me is baked oats with 50 grams of oats, 100 grams of raspberries, a banana, some dark chocolate, coconut milk, and some whey protein. And then meal number 4 is the same as meal number 2, but with a different protein source. And then finally, meal number 5, the fucking pinnacle of the day. I literally am somebody who has previously had a binge eating disorder, and I need a pudding. Okay, it's like this weird thing. Even if I'm full to the brim, I like to have something sweet. So I have built in a pudding in my day. I bought a Ninja Creami. Oh my God, it was the best thing I've ever bought. And I make Ninja Creami ice cream. I have a whole carton of ice cream for like 200-300 calories. It's cottage cheese I use. coconut milk and sticky toffee whey, which is from Perform. It is my favorite whey. I love it. It tastes so good. And then I sometimes blend in 50 grams of raspberries, and that like removes the sweetness and gives it a little bit of a bitter taste. And then I have that 50 grams of blueberries and 10 grams of peanut butter or 2 Biscoff biscuits. So I'm not joking, guys. That is my food every single day. I don't need to change it. I enjoy eating those meals. I eat pretty similar things at the weekends unless we're going out for dinner. And if we're going out for dinner, all I'll do is not have the baked oats and combine 2 meals. So it's just about making your food simple, okay? Like, don't overcomplicate your food. Like, all of these fancy recipes that you find on TikTok, on Instagram, like, they're making you like work hard when this should be so easy, okay? Especially if you're busy. Like, I work probably on average, I probably sit down at my desk at about 6:30 most days, and I don't turn my computer off and leave my computer until probably 7:30. So I get being busy. Like 9 times out of 10, I'm eating in between calls. I'm eating just before I've got a dash to the gym. It's always a rush to get the food in. And I find all of these meals take me no longer than chicken in the air fryer, 10 minutes to cook. I cook all my food in the air fryer. I wok all my vegetables. I reheat my vegetables in the wok. I make my life easy. So other tips that I do that remove the thought process around food is I eat at the same times. So I actually eat that tub of ice cream at about 9 o'clock at night, but I also don't have my breakfast until about 10 o'clock in the morning. I eat at around 10, 1, 4, between 6 and 7, and then 9. So I eat those 5 meals spread out equally. And when I'm hungry, which I am always hungry for my meals, I know that I've got my next meal coming up at X time. So all I've got to do is have a little bit of discipline before I then get to that meal, because I'm like ravenous. So they would be like my top tips. Like, number 1, make sure you write a food shopping list. Number 2, make sure you always have food in the house. Number 3, make sure you prep your food, maybe on like a Sunday, maybe on a Thursday. Don't go into the weekend without any food in the house. Go into the weekend knowing what you're eating, and then you will feel more in control. Something else that I wanted to talk about was the all or nothing mindset. So when I actually went into what I eat in a day, I ended up have a really heavy leg session. I was actually feeling a little bit shaky afterwards, and I wasn't planning on eating until I got home. I met Luce for a coffee, and I looked at the menu and I was like, what the fucking hell am I going to eat here? Like, it was a breakfast place. It had breakfast, pancakes, it had a chicken salad, and it was sandwiches, okay? Sandwiches and burgers. And I was like, oh, for fuck's sake, like, this is not what I want to eat. I'm not the type of person who will eat shit for the sake of it. I don't enjoy eating shit. I would actually rather eat better quality food and have a healthier insides. So all I did was I had a brioche bun. I asked at the counter if the chicken burger was made with a breaded chicken fillet or whether it was made with chicken breast. And I swapped the chips for a side salad because I'm not actually a massive chip fan. I'd much rather have the veg. So I did that, and I just tracked it like normal. And then, like, everybody gets really panicked about eating out for dinner. Like, it was really easy to track. I had alioli, I had a chicken breast, I had a brioche bun, I had some cheese in the burger, and I had salad with balsamic glaze on it. How's that not hard to track? You just literally pop that in an app and it will calculate your calories. Like, you know how big a chicken breast is because you're probably eating them every day. You know how many calories are in a brioche bun. It's 170. It's got on the back of the packet, or you just search it. And you know how many calories are in a slice of cheese because you just put cheese slice and it'll come up. And then you've probably had about 30 grams of alioli. Okay, done. Don't overthink it. Don't overcomplicate food. Like, this is what we do. We really overthink it. And then that gives us like this anxiety over food. So obviously that happened yesterday. What would have been your response? Your response would have been, oh, this isn't in the food plan. But actually, all I was going to have was chicken, vegetables and rice. So it wasn't that much difference. I've probably had an extra 150 calories in the cheese and the alioli to what I was going to have anyway. So it's really no big deal. So you just need to, I always say this to my clients, when you go out for dinner, be a fucking diva. Like, if you don't want chips, ask for a jacket potato. If you are in a calorie deficit and you want them to put your sauce on the side, ask them to put the sauce on the side. If you are at a restaurant and it comes with like chicken, chips and veg, ask for 2 portions of bread, remove the chips. Like, it's really not that hard. You've just got to put your boundaries in place and say what you need. And then when you do go out for dinner, make a choice that aligns with your goal. Like, I could have had a cake, I could have had breakfast, but I didn't want to. And also I was showing you guys what I was eating in a day. So yeah, the next thing I wanted to come on to was tracking. So a client messaged me yesterday and asked, it's really interesting that you've put on there that you don't actually track your calories. And I haven't tracked my calories for probably about, I think I did it for a year when I moved into online coaching, and then I stopped again. 4 years. So let's say, no, I've been coaching for 7 years. Fucking hell. Yeah, probably about 4 years. I haven't tracked calories because I have tracked calories. I've done 10 years of tracking calories. Like, I know the nutritional value of food. Like, if you said to me, like, how many calories in a brioche bun? 170, 180. If you said to me, like, how many calories are in Peronaise? It's about 70 calories per serving. So I kind of got a really good idea of what calorie content is of food. And actually, like, some clients love tracking and they love it and they will want to track forever. But once you've done your fat loss and you're moving into maintenance and you've got a little bit more food freedom, then like you can intuitively eat, but intuitively eating is still controlled. So I obviously follow the same foods every day. I know how many calories are in that food. So I know that if I'm going to swap some rice for a burger, I know what calories I'm swapping. And it's just about intuitively understanding that. But then also, if you are not tracking your calories, you do actually need to know how many calories are in certain meals. So when Nathan designs me a meal program, I'll look at it, but then I'll be like, right, I actually want to swap this for this, this for that, this for this. And when I do that, I do look at a calorie tracking app. So I'm in control. I know what I'm working with. I'm not guesstimating. And when I'm in fat loss, I'm a lot more stricter. But when I'm in maintenance, I've got the wiggle room to be able to play with. So my totals at the minute is I'm sitting somewhere around 2,000, 2,100 calories, about 150 grams of protein. My fats are quite high because I do favour protein and fats over carbs. And that's not because I'm scared of carbs. It's just because I actually prefer like nut butters, dark chocolate, etc., stuff like that. Like I want that sort of carbs. Whereas like carbs I like is like oats, sourdough, rice. Okay. I'm lazy. I want it to be quick and easy. So the next thing that I wanted to talk about was actually steps. So as somebody who regularly hits like 20,000 steps a day, it's intentional, but it's also easy because I get a lot of joy over walking. Axel, the dog, and I enjoy being outside. I do not care what you say. If you are really fucking busy and you're back to back in your diary, you are not productive sat at your desk for 14 hours a day. Like, you have to give yourself those regular breaks and you'll actually be more efficient, more productive, and you will get work done. And to do that, you just need to block time out in your diary to give yourselves breaks. So I actually get my movement in because I start work really, really early. Like, a lot of my clients will get a message off me at 6 o'clock in the morning, but then I will go out for my walk at 7:45 every single day with Axel, whether that's for an hour or an hour and 15 minutes. And that way I total up like 10, 12,000 steps before I've even started my day. Yes, a power walk. And then I sit down and do another work block, probably for another 2.5 hours. And then what I do is I come away from a desk. I have a lot of messages to reply to. I've got very engaged clients. If it's a nice day, I'll pace the garden. If it's a really nice day, I'll go over the park with the dog and just walk loops of the park to reply to my messages. Then I come back and sit down at my desk again and get some more work done. And then every day at about 4 o'clock, I take Axel out for another half an hour, 45-minute walk. And that time is slotted into my diary. I never put calls in it. I never block work over it. It's in there. It's a routine. It's a habit that I've built because I value that time so much. When I'm in the gym, I don't sit on my phone. I watch my videos back and then I pace. Anybody who's seen me in the gym, I look like a mad woman, but I'm pacing up and down because I'm like, if I pick my phone up, I just get lost in work. So I have real strict boundaries to try and avoid replying to messages when I'm training so I can be present in my sessions. And then the last thing is, if it's a nice day, I just want to be outside. I love being outside. So you've got to fall in love with the process. I never used to be a step fanatic, but I've got to that over time because I enjoy it. And this is what I say about when you're on this journey, like what I eat in the day, I make it simple. I don't overcomplicate it. With my movement, I love it. I've learned to love it. I love the process of it. With like all or nothing mindset, I've trained it. Like I know that if I don't have food in the house, I feel out of control. Like Derek thinks I'm crazy. We come back from a holiday and I'm going food shopping. And like, I've learned that if I have a meal out or have a breakfast out, it's okay. I just need to move on with the rest of my day. Like I'm going to the workhouse now to meet Gabby, peace Gabby, another coach. And I really want the workhouse's banana Biscoff cookie. I'm going to have it. I'm just not going to have my baked oats this afternoon instead. Do you know what I mean? It's making those sensible swaps and knowing that like that cookie is probably about 500 calories. I know my baked toast is about 500 calories. I've just swapped it around. So yeah, that was today's little mini pod. What I eat in a day, calorie tracking, hints and tips around food. I hope it was really useful, and don't forget to subscribe and share the podcast with a friend. Bye.